Hey y'all, just get comfortable. It's December the 4th, 2017, and I'm live upon the internet. Y'all, I thought I would throw out a short broadcast real quick to see if anybody's out there might want to holler at, out there, over there, wherever y'all at on the internet. Alright. And meanwhile, while we do all this and stuff and see who's not doing too much on a Monday evening while we're doing all this, I thought we would discuss some stuff real quick, put it on the internet. Alright, and it is concerning Caitlin Nicole, which is obviously a very interesting situation in which a lot of people are very highly invested in for good reason. We got somebody watching me live on the internet right now. I don't want to scare them off, but I see you. I see you over there. Better leave some comments and stuff in a while and stuff. Tell me if give me a thumbs up if I'm doing really awesome. We're here to talk about Caitlin Nicole Davis, but more so the situation of bullying, which seems to be a topic that definitely, is on a lot of people's minds. It really is, and for good reason. All right, I wanted to make maybe a quick reference to that girl Cherokee's latest video. One of her latest videos, what I've seen up in the forums. And I want to talk about that. And before I get into that, I want to let y'all know, everybody out there, man, I appreciate everybody out there. The thing is, man, I appreciate y'all. All right. I dig y'all's perspectives. I really need, I need it personally, to be honest with you. I like to hear other people's perspectives because it allows me to broaden my horizons. I can only think one certain kind of way, pretty autistic with it. So when other people tell me how they feel about some stuff, it really it starts to dawn on me a more bigger picture. And so that's why, me and a few people we're talking about maybe having some dialogues, having some public forums in which people can go ahead and contribute, and for good reason. I think it'll bring about a lot of progress, stuff like that. Hey, if you're in the dang room, shout me out a comment. I don't see a comment on my thing. All right, maybe they can't do it yet. I'm not yelling at you. All right, I'm not trying to bully you, but that is actually the topic that we're covering right now. We're probably going to cover it more later. All right. Like I said, as I referenced to before, I seen a video that girl Cherokee done, and I thought it was very deep. It was very inspired. I really liked the video. Appreciate it a lot. All right, and I would like to. The thing is, like I said, there's gonna be hopefully many people to lend a perspective on things, and that's for good reason. We'll discuss that later. But I was listening to Trek and she was talking about bullying, and obviously everybody knows my opinions on bullying for the most part. But the thing is, of course, everybody can dive deeper into. I mean, there's a lot of nuance when it comes to things like this, right? There's a lot of communication that has to take place before there's some sort of understanding between people, right? But like I said, Cherokee, she was going on. She was talking about bullying in a way that I've heard lots before. But the thing is, I was really, I guess you would say, touched by the way she was saying what she was saying about the bullying. And the truth is that it really is undeniable that there was bullying all over Caitlin Nicole Davis, and that was tragic, like from every angle, pretty much, and that's undeniable. All right. But it's weird how I'm personally kind of a stickler for words, and I'll tell you why. Like, for example, it's kind of easy to get thrown in there the cyberbullying, which, by the way, is kind of a new terminology as far as, like back when I was a kid, you just said cyberbullying. People would laugh at you. They'd be like, what the hell? What is cyberbullying? Because nobody knew what it was. Now it's a word, and it's a big word and stuff like this. And I understand it's terrible. There's lots of people, and they have lots of different ways that they like to do it. It's called trolling and things of this nature. However, trolls can be funny sometimes, but they're not usually. The thing is, the what I would like to interject, but uh, I want to do more so in a dialogue form. Probably on YouNow is what it's going to be from what I've been hearing, and I have a YouNow app and stuff, so it should work out. But the thing is about cyberbullying, what I think it is it might be a little bit of a veering off, of getting off, the direction that we might think about going. But of course, that's up for, this is, a discussion. But the reason I say that is because, it's kind of, it seems to me kind of odd. Like I said, cyberbullying is a new term, right? But what is cyberbullying much like? What it is similar to would be the question that I would ask, because I believe the answer would be bullying. Which is a word that has existed. I mean, it's a practice that has existed, and everybody agrees since before books were written. The bullying. And the thing is, I'm definitely not a fan. I know whoever's watching right now, they're not a fan of it. And neither am I. I don't care for bullying at all. And the thing is, it can take place over the internet. In fact, it's much easier because people can get away with it. Like, it's hard to troll in reality. It's hard to, it's kind of hard to control in people's faces because they'll punch you in your face, right? But if you do it on the internet, that's all right. I mean, it's kind of easier, it's kind of safer. The reason that I want to kind of like talk about the whole cyber thing is technically there is absolutely no difference between cyberbullying and regular bullying. So, if there is no difference, why exactly are we making a big deal of the difference? Like, what if people got bullied in the park? Would we call that park bullying? Was the guy bullied in the cafeteria? Is that cafeteria bullying? It's like, does it really make sense to divide it up into such weird terms when you could just call it bullying? All right. The reason that I think that might be a slippery slope and become very dangerous, and the reason why I was kind of alluding to that YouTube is kind of committing suicide on itself is they'll take the term of cyberbullying and they'll be like, hey, we understand y'all being cyberbullied. Let's ban people and delete their channels. That is the step they'll take, and that is the step they're going to take regardless of any of our opinions. They've chosen whatever side it is that they've chosen and stuff, and that's kind of weird. But of course, this channel is the end of YouTube, unfortunately. And YouTube's going to do what they want to do. All right, so that is the reason why I'm bringing it up, actually, because I just recall back in the video that Cherokee was doing, she was talking about a certain troll that has no name, and she was talking about this troll, and she was describing, like, the ways in which he'll try to seem at times virtuous, which is preposterous because of the vulgar language that he uses. But he'll try to almost appear virtuous at times in the comment feed and stuff as he's typing away all day, typing his whole life away. While he's doing that, he sometimes tries to seem virtuous and tries to point out, like, how this person is real bad, and he'll be trying to say it to everybody. And Cherokee actually made note of it, of his practice of the troll's behavior, and that is that it's just a nervous reaction. It's a thing that he has to do. What he has to do is turn everybody against you. That's what he has to do. And it's like how the Bible says he knows not what he does. He literally has no idea what he's doing with his life, squandering it. But it don't matter. He's not going to figure it out till the end anyways. But see, that's what he's doing. All right, kind of makes it hard to be angry at someone like that. When you think about it, and once you find out how pitiful it is or how comical it is, you can kind of like Here's the thing about trolls, real briefly, and we're probably going to go a little bit more into it, is that you can completely control trolls and their whole behavior if you know how to judo them and work them over. If you know what their agenda is and you know what their patterns of behavior are, it is kind of easy to manipulate the balls off them. You know what I'm saying? These people, these trolls out here, it really is. But like I said, it's the same thing. This person on the internet is trying to tell everybody who he doesn't know how bad of a person you are. All right, he's trying to turn everybody against you. This actually also happens in everyday, normal, real life out there with people face to face, not on the internet. That does happen, and you know, there's a lot of people you check up on the internet, and I do. I like to check up a lot of people who are experts on what they call narcissism. Thing is, you can look at certain people and you can study their lifestyle, and you could, with certain people, just point blank period, yeah, they're narcissists. They're completely narcissists, which means basically that they hate themselves on the inside because they are ugly on the inside, and they know it, and so they hate themselves on the inside, and they know that if everybody knew them, if they know that if it got out what's on their inside, that everybody knew it, they know that everybody would hate them too. All right, because it's ugly. These narcissists, for whatever reason, like usually bad stuff happens in their youth or whatever. They were victimized. They were probably raped, and I'm not joking when I say that. All right, they had to make their mind buy into certain lies. They know that they're ugly on the inside, and it's unfortunate, and I get no joy from it. All right, but this is what happens, right? So they know they're ugly on the inside. Basically, what happens is they have to lie to them own selves. They have to lie to everybody else. They have to turn everybody against you because they know that if the spotlight was on them, it's ugly. It's all ugly on the inside. They know that. So these are full blown narcissists. And think about it is what you realize after a short while in dealing with actual full blown narcissists is there's no helping them. You're not going to help them because their agenda is to turn everybody against you, regardless of what you do. That is their MO. There is no two ways about it. That's what they do. All right. One thing that I kind of want to discuss, maybe discuss with some of y'all out there, is not full blown narcissists. Regular, everyday, normal people like you and me, especially me. I would love to shine a spotlight on me and see how I exhibit narcissist ways. And we all do to an extent. I mean, we're all human beings. It's unfortunate, but like it's not exactly. You don't have to be a 100% narcissist to display narcissist traits, and of course I do. I sincerely do, and I've especially done that in the past. And it takes actually realizing how, or it took me realizing how it is that I was displaying these narcissist ways to try to stop it. All right, because before I had no idea I was doing it. It's just what I grew up doing. That's what I learned to do. Right. Later on, after school and all that mess and stuff, and I got up out the house, literally had to go ahead and reprogram myself, and it took years and years and years because I've been lied to so much, especially in school. But you know, that's going off on a tangent. What I was talking about and what I want to discuss with some people. Let me check out see if there's comments. Ain't no comments in my dang feed, y'all. Are y'all trying to bully me? Ain't no comments in my feed. You know what I'm saying? Somebody shut me out. Where's my boy Philip? Where you at? But anyways, no, I mean, see, we were talking about bullying, and we're talking about okay, he's on the internet, this troll. He's trying to take advantage of Cherokee and everybody else and stuff, and he's trying to manipulate everybody to dislike him. That's what full blown narcissists do, all right? And they're out there, and people know. People have heard of these full blown narcissists, and they'll see. You got to piece together whenever you find out that somebody is lying and lying and lying, and you find out that like everything out their mouth is a lie. At a certain point, you had to recognize and admit to yourself that you're dealing with a full-blown narcissist. They don't necessarily have love in them, and it's unfortunate, but they do not. They will not be changed. Only Jesus can change them, and he may or may not. That's unfortunate. But it really is a losing cause when you consider full blown narcissists. Now, like I said, narcissism kind of runs throughout society. I'm narcissist to an extent myself. All right, so that's all I can really change about myself, and I would love to talk to all sort of other people deeply and purposefully about how narcissism can affect all of us. It can reach into all of us if we're not vigilant against it internally, right? But see, okay, what we're talking about was that cyberbully troll. And like I said, it goes the whole 9 yards. Threatening to kill you, threatening to find you, threatening to do this and that with your family. The whole 9 yards. It is the worst. It is criminal. All right. That is the exact behavior that took place, whether on the internet or off the internet, in Caitlin Nicole Davis's whole life. Irregardless. Irregardless, that happened. Cyberbullying was all on her. Or I mean, just bullying in general. There was bullying on the internet too. But see, people who hate free speech in America, and I'm not saying that's y'all. I'm saying there's people who like run YouTube who hate America, and I don't know if y'all think I'm joking, but hate free speech. They want to ban all sort of people. They're going to use the whole cyberbullying term to absolutely ban people. They're not concerned with the death threats and all this, and they've made that abundantly clear, and that's unfortunate. If I was running YouTube, I would do it completely different. I would be taking these death threats completely seriously, and having the police all up on those. Man, you can't be having death threats and stuff like this all up on the internet. That don't make no sense. But YouTube somehow allows for it. You understand? It's the end of YouTube, right? All right. So that, like I said, that's the slippery slope with the cyberbullying. However, bullying, like I said, it could definitely be seen as a problem. How to attack bullying, that is a concern. And I would definitely like to talk to people about it, about that whole situation. How do you attack bullying in general? For example, and I'll put an example out there, probably the best example that I could think of right now for everybody out there. First of all, I got to let you know, everybody who I know in life, adult wise, smokes cigarettes or some sort of tobacco, something. They smoke something. All right. And a lot of people, and this program was instilled in our public schools many decades ago and upon the television. A lot of people will look at people smoking cigarettes or this and that, whatever they like to smoke. Their cigarillos, their Black and Miles, or this and that. Maybe they smoke pipe tobacco or some, all sort of stuff. Oh shoot, I got my battery temperature getting high. That's crazy. Take that out before it fucking explodes. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to even say that word. But anyways, so bullying is bad, right? And I agree. I'm not a fan of it. I'd like to alleviate it a little bit from where I'm around and stuff. I would like to hear ideas and about solutions upon bullying. But like I said, when it comes to, like I said, man, cigarettes, everybody who I know who's an adult, I mean, it might just be me, smoke cigarettes. Now, I personally don't like smoke cigarettes. I'll be smoking Black and Miles, to be honest with you, if like I'm at work, or maybe like pipe tobacco and stuff like this. I like to partake in that stuff. All right, but certain people, for example, have been programmed very hard up in their schools and by the television and everything. So when they see you, maybe as a parent out there, and you're smoking cigarettes, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe you're smoking and you're in the vicinity of your child. But you have to understand that there's some people who've been programmed so hard that they'll look at you and be like, "Oh, this is a bad parent right there. They shouldn't be smoking. They're smoking. What are they smoking on? They shouldn't be doing that. They're doing their child harm and stuff. I should call the CPS. I should call the CPS on them and report them for smoking near the. You know what I mean? Like, there's actually people who really honestly think that way. You see what I'm saying? Like, you could look at those sort of people and say, "Damn, dude, I'm smoking because I like to smoke cigarettes." The end. You know what I'm saying? This is America, but and you could look at them and say, "Oh, they're trying to bully me." These people are trying to bully me. Like they're trying to tell me to not smoke cigarettes. Like, dude, I smoke cigarettes. It's my life. But they're and then they're using your child against you, basically. And I've had that. I know a lot of people have had that before, where people use your child against you, and they'll try and like rope it up you into some sort of weird guilt trip. They'll be like, "You smoke cigarettes, or you'll smoke tobacco, and around your child." It's like, dude, I live around my child. Right? And I live in America. And only a few decades ago, only like 2 or 3 decades ago, that was completely normal to do. Everybody did it normally. All right. Of course, I don't like to hotbox my baby and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like, of course, I'm not doing that. But she might see me smoking a thing because I do smoke things. Everybody's so ashamed of it too. I grew up around people who were smoking cigarettes, and every time I saw them, they'd be like, "Don't you ever do this? I'm a slave. I can't get away from this, and I'm a slave to cigarettes. And don't you ever do this? It's a bad thing and stuff." It's like, and I would always be wondering to myself, then why do you do it? Then stop doing it. What are you, dumb? And stuff. And meanwhile, many years later, I personally don't smoke cigarettes. I really don't smoke all that often, but sometimes I like to and stuff. So I do it just because I felt like doing it. All right. And that's how I feel like doing with my life. The end of the story. But you gotta understand, some people, they feel a different way. They look at your parenting, they might judge it. They might say, "Oh man, that's bad parenting. They should be smoking. They should have quit smoking a long time ago because they're a bad parent." Meanwhile, they might think that you're bullying your child by even smoking near them or around them. All right. Meanwhile, it's none of their business anyway. We live in America. And by the way, all sort of society's been doing that for a long, long time, anyways. So people are tripping, usually because they don't know their history and things like this. But this is the different ways in which bullying can be interpreted by different people. A lot of people feel what's called trespassed on, to use a biblical term. A lot of people feel very trespassed on from time to time, and they'll look at the other person and say, "Oh, that's a bully." And in that particular instance, yeah, they might be a bully at that particular instance. But that's not to say that they haven't been bullied prior. Like those people probably were bullied themselves, or maybe they were turned into narcissists, power crazy, monsters or something like this. I don't know, but completely content, successful, happy, loving life type people do not really even have enough time in the day to go around trying to watch everybody's videos. You know what I'm saying? With that one troll, or I mean, there's other trolls out there too, not to mention. But with that one troll, it's like, dude, you have to watch every 23 minutes of this. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you are basically wasting your time, a lot of it, and you know what you're doing. The For any troll out there, any one of them, what you're doing is you're looking at my face while I'm smiling about you wasting your life. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, really, in essence, that is what gives anybody dominance over one of these internet trolls. Once you understand completely that you are in the domination seat of a relationship, whenever it's an internet troll, it becomes much more interesting. You know what I'm saying? And people stop worrying about it so much because I know that this kind of bullying takes place. I understand that. Unfortunately, it will happen upon the internet. It's not going to stop. What it is a window into the psyche of people out there. More likely, a person on the internet is trolling you is a full blown narcissist. More likely, they have mental issues. More likely, they were raped. I'm not joking. Or something bad happened to them, in which their brains are all scrambled up, dude. And ain't no coming back from that. And it's a damn shame. It's not to excuse any sort of bullying. For people who bully and stuff, there might be savage barbarians out there bullying and stuff. It's not to make an excuse for them. So much as I just want to offer maybe an explanation for how it is that they do what they do, why they're going to do what they do, how it's not going to change. You're not going to change what they do because they want to see an end of you, basically. is what I guess I'm gonna just finish up the broadcast and stuff like this. Shout out to whoever's watching and stuff. Shout out to whoever's gonna be watching later on this recording. But I forgot. Well, I forgot what my final thought was gonna be. But I mean, when it comes to bullying, uh, it does happen. There's a lot of perspectives on it. It ain't no good. Uh, but these trolls on the internet, they do lend themselves to being very vulnerable. And in that, it is a very cowardly thing to be on the internet and doing the troll thing, anyways. Um, and I think it's just more better to. I forgot what my final thought was going to be, y'all. But the thing is, for all the trolls out there, thank you for watching me again and again. And for everybody else out there, man, shoot, I do want to get a dialogue going. All right, and I do want to talk about stuff. The reason being is, like I said before, and many people have said before, that girl Jamie Lee Fisher, who I don't forgot about her, but I guess she just fell off. Um, Even she said, in regards to the Caitlin Nicole Davis thing, she said, ain't nobody gonna get arrested. I do have to stand by that because ain't nobody gonna get arrested in this situation. Not for this situation. They certainly aren't going to get arrested for anything having to do with Caitlin Nicole Davis. All right, that is true, unfortunately, and it's something that we got to work on as regards to our legal system. Maybe there's small tweaks we could do in regards to absolute dirty pedophile perverts, which are a lot less rare than you would think that they are. Shout out to whoever joined the room. We're about to finish this up. Um, as far as perverts and stuff and pedophiles and stuff, that ain't no good, but that's around. Um, and I would just like to have a dialogue, see, because here's the thing, like I said before I got distracted. What I was saying is there ain't gonna be no arrests in regards to the situation, and everybody knows it. And I'm not trying to be pessimistic about it. What I'm here to say is that we've evolved as people in something of a renaissance, is something that I like to talk about from time to time. You remember not too far back, you used to read detective stories and things like this, or maybe you go to the police and they'll assign a detective to whatever criminal case that you have. Sometimes they'll find the bad guy, sometimes they won't. Sometimes they'll get down to what really happened, sometimes they won't. Right, but they're the authorities. I mean, they're just people. That's who you go to solve crime or whatever, or to get down to the heart of the matter. Maybe a private detective or something like this. You'd hire that person. But what I'm suggesting right now is that we're living in a totally different time. Right, a more efficient time, by the way, because people who are passionate about whatever they're passionate about can contribute to a dialogue with other people who are just as passionate. Maybe both these people have full time jobs and families and all that to worry about, but yet and still they could both be passionate about a certain topic and come together and share ideas, share this and that, share clues, share hints, share information, and come together on the social networks. And what you create is a machine that is so much more efficient than the system that we have now. In regards to waiting on a detective to get back to you, you're calling them on the phone like, hey, are you doing something? Are you doing something? Hey, are you doing something? You see how that's not really efficient. It never was. Sometimes it worked back in the day, sometimes it didn't. But right now, what we're doing is creating a machine that's much stronger than that, in which we will get to the heart of the matter. I mean, we'll get down to the nitty gritty. See, know this: police are not, because the police haven't really provided anything for us to be happy about or satisfied about. All right. However, through the internet and through little leaks here and there and people talking, everybody in this group watching these other groups and stuff, people watching, keeping their eyes on the Caitlin Nicole Davis situation. There is not one single soul who doesn't fully believe that he tried to molest Caitlin Nicole. I'm talking about Anthony Lee Rogers. There is not one single person upon earth that knows anything about this situation who's not completely and wholly convinced. Yes, I will speak on behalf of everybody, right? Because I am pretty sure that everybody agrees that I mean, I know we cannot prove it. We do not have a confession as of yet. You know what I mean? As of yet, we have none. But, however, see, you know how there's situations where people are found not guilty and you're left wondering? Like, even I was, it seems pretty obvious, but even I'll wonder about OJ. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just don't know. But in Anthony Lee Rogers' case, it's 100% sealed up tight. Yes, indeed, you did it. Yes, indeed, you're a complete narcissist. Yes, indeed, your whole MO is to completely turn people. And you could tell, I mean, it's very easy to tell. You could tell really quick. If you want to just listen to any time you ever heard Anthony Lee Rogers talk about anyone. Remember when he was talking to Cherokee? All right, remember that? Oh, he's gonna talk about. You just notice play by play, it switches up. He's gonna talk bad about Tammy, then he's gonna talk bad about Caitlyn. Then he's gonna say, "Well, Tammy's a good person, Caitlyn is a bad person." Oh wait, but then no, Tammy did this wrong. Oh, and they were both bad. Oh no, the people who are concerned about the death, they're bad. No, everybody's bad. He's constantly trying to prove how everybody's bad but himself. All right, complete total narcissist, totally, basically, absolutely admitted that he absolutely, first of all, molested his stepdaughter, but even worse, because his dick don't work, he's all sort of perverse in his head because he's been raped. Absolutely, Anthony Lee Rogers has absolutely been raped in his past. If he wants to get at me about libel and stuff, let's go for it. All right? No, but he doesn't want to do that though. Thing is, he's absolutely been raped. He is absolutely a narcissist. And if he wants to come find me, I'm sure he could. Thing is, he's admitted it, and we figured that out. I mean, it was because of our leaks. It's because of our persistence that it got us to this point where we know just every detail. Imagine if we weren't on the case. How much details would we know? You know what I'm saying? That's the power that we have, and we're about to exhibit that power all upon the internet. I'm going to holler at all y'all who are interested in this. You know, we're going to be talking about bullying and this and that, and a lot of different factors. We're going to be talking about perhaps sexual deviation and stuff like that, and what kind of factor that might have played in this whole thing. Hey, man, I'm about to, gosh dang it, I'm about to end up this broadcast, but I know it's like Andrew El Nino Trevino's in his mind, or at least he was. He says you don't read the comments. You need somebody who's watching. See, that's a problem. I don't know if Andrew Trevino is still there, man. But if he is, send me just one more quick comment because that's the thing. There was somebody in the room earlier, and I was waiting for them to comment, but they weren't. And so I was like, oh, whatever. And if I push this button, the comments turn off so that it doesn't distract me. And then when you throw on a comment, and then I won't see it unless I push this button again, right? So because you're not commenting right now, okay, there you go. I got a comment. See, there's like a delay that happens, and it's like, dude, I get anxious because the comments are covering the screen and I don't know what's going on. And it's like, dude, all sort of stuff's going on my little screen. I know, I see it. It says, yeah, I know. I seen you been there. I think you were the second person that came in. I think there's somebody else that's in here but pops in and out because their signal's probably bad and stuff. Anyways, I shot this whole video. Man, I don't want to make the video too long. Man, what are you up to? Hey, man, do you know I'm gonna be there in San Antonio for Christmas? It's pretty official that I should be there. Dang, comments weren't working earlier, and it finally did. You know, it's crazy. Maybe you're seeing this live stream. Perhaps you are, and maybe later on when it get posted to YouTube, it'll be all messed up and choppy and stuff like that. I don't know. There might be all sort of technical issues when it's coming to this. I have to figure out about my technology. I've been trying to figure it out how to do this correctly. Because, like I said, there's a number of people who want to have online discussions about everything involving this case and stuff. And although this case, like I said, and I'll say it before, it's not the most significant case. In fact, every single day there's a way worse story that happens to a little girl. But it's one case, and it's one case that the news would definitely gloss over, like they do with all cases. And the thing is, we'll get solutions if we just grab onto one case. I think if we reverse engineer one case, we'll be able to figure out how to stop all sort of different cases from going on. Shoot, Andrew Trevino says, "Hey, when you get here, you have a phone number." Yeah, hell yeah, I have a phone number. I got a whole complete phone and stuff. The phone number, I got all sort of data. I'm hoping to not use it up, but I do got all sort of data because I'm paying that money on it. But yeah, I got a phone number. When am I getting there? Shoot, I'm not sure exactly. I'm really not sure because the thing is on the schedule. As far as the schedule and what they're doing, it's still a little bit of what you would call negotiating, maybe a little speculating on what it is they're gonna do. See, ultimately, either they're gonna get out of here by the end of the year, and that's probably gonna leave 2 weeks. That's from what I was hearing through the grapevine earlier, actually today. Was probably I should be off of work a week before Christmas, and I believe Christmas on a Monday. So it should be like 2 weeks in there where just nothing's happening. And then after that, I'm sure I'm going to be in communication with them. And these are folks from Alabama, and see if they're going to come down here and put up another 3 silos. Oh shoot! Okay, gosh dang it! Put up your dang thing. See, any murderer can enter the dang chat room right now, and he would see your phone number up on there, and I wouldn't know to do. But hold on, dang it! He already know I don't have a pencil. How am I gonna remember this shit? Thing is, don't I have your number? It's like, do you have a new number or something? Gosh, phone numbers. Oh my gosh. What the hell to do now, man? It's like, dude, pencils. Where's that shit at? I turned off my other computer. See, now this broadcast is gonna be a little bit too long. People are gonna. I'll just let y'all know, for everybody out there who hasn't turned off the broadcast, the recorded one, you probably should turn off. It's not gonna be. We're not gonna really talk about nothing too much anymore. But I'm just trying to write down this gosh dang number. It's like, dude. Sometimes I get posted certain situations where it's just like, damn, dude, I think this is impossible. I don't know if I can even. I think I found a marker. Have you ever just gotten that situation where it's just like, dude, I don't think pencils ever existed. I don't remember ever really seeing one. Yeah, I know some. I know the same number. Is it the same number? It better be the same number. I judge people on whether or not their number is the same. All right, because it really shows the stability in their life. Meanwhile, I'll be getting new numbers all the time. All sort of random numbers too. I hope I can recognize my dang on writing. I really can't even read what I just wrote. But you know what I have a bad habit of, and if you do as well, stop doing it. And I'm trying to stop doing it. Is I'll write down people's number, and then I won't even put their name by it. And then later on, I'll be like, damn, whose number is this? And I gotta figure that shit out. Right on your forehead, dude. Oh, God, how can I write on my forehead and stuff, man? It's really hard, actually. Because, like, wait. Everything is in reverse. I don't know about you, but, like, especially, like, say if I'm cutting my hair or something in the mirror, when everything's in reverse, dude, it throws me completely off. I'm just completely disoriented. Can't do that. But that would be a good idea, probably. But yeah, I mean, I should be there. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to take it easy and slide in there when I want to slide in there. I know that I definitely want to get something looked at on the. I think I'm going to take this car down there. It's a Ford Taurus, but we just got it kind of fixed up. Think I should be able to take it down there. I got a little bit of money in my pocket in case anything does go wrong with the Ford Taurus. But hopefully nothing goes wrong with Ford Taurus. It's running pretty dang smooth right now. So I should be going down there, but I'm not sure as to what the day is, because basically I'll have the liberty to do it on whatever day. So I might hang back a little while, make sure to take my time with it. Safety first, in that sort of regard. But you know, I wonder just how much time I'll want to spend in San Antonio, because basically I'm gonna just wing it. It's like if people want me to, I don't know, chill over there. All right, you know what I'm saying? It's like I don't know where I'm going. I'll just go down there and see what the hell's going down. All right, so it's like, you know, I don't imagine myself being there for the entirety of the 2 weeks, or even like the bulk of the 2 weeks at all. But definitely for Christmas and stuff, and I do want to be a part of that. Man, this video is gonna be a little bit long. I bet you Andrew Trevino fell asleep. All right, Andrew the El Nino. He probably went memes. But the thing is, what I want to discuss real quick about that Christmas thing, and I was talking about it earlier. I listen to a lot of people on the YouTube. A lot of people, and they have a lot of different perspectives on Christmas and the way Christmas has been going for many years. All right, some people absolutely despise it and just cringe at the idea, hate it. And usually, more often than not, they hate it because of their love for Jesus Christ. A lot of people don't understand that. Like they see the holiday as basically shitting all over Jesus Christ's memory, and you take it for what you want. Some people believe that way. And so whenever they hear about Santa and the whole consumerism and everybody getting orgasmic over consumer goods, and the practice of parents giving children things that they don't need just to make them happy for 2 seconds and getting some sort of weird dollies off it, the thing is, that's the way I describe it because that's the way I see it. But however, people give gifts to their children and other people's children, and I would never ever dream of stopping that, right? Like I don't want to get confused. Like I like the idea of people giving their children things. It's just weird how it's synchronized over a day in which everybody's gluttonous and everybody's just straight skeeting all over their new merchandise, which they're not going to care about tomorrow, anyways. And like I like to tell a lot of people, and it's true, it's 100% true. I do not remember any of my presents at all growing up. At all, except for like me. Dude, I remember getting a Steve Urkel doll, and I don't remember hardly anything about it. And that might just be me, but that's the experience I took away. My daughter is definitely a lot like me, and she kind of thinks the same way. It's like, you know, she always has. It's kind of weird. It's kind of off-putting to us to do it. It just doesn't. It feels weird. It feels forced. Everybody on the TV is like orgasming. I swear. I mean, it looks disgusting. It looks like pornography. To be honest with you, because Tammy, my homegirl, she leaves the television on all day. Right. So you'll see this. You'll see like the Target commercials or this and that. That's cool, man. That's the perfect time to listen to me is when, you know, you're getting groceries. Just let you know, I just saw that. Yeah, don't worry about commenting, man. I'll just be talking and stuff. But and a lot of people trip out because when you watch the commercials with the children, when they're running down the stairs and stuff, I swear to you, and mind you, I'm the biggest against pedophilia. It is like pornography. All right, and I want to make this assimilation. I know, my boy Andrew Trevino. Man, we've been around the block. We heard things, we've seen things, we grew up, and we know about some stuff. All right, a money shot in pornography. You know what that is. All right, that's exactly what those Target commercials and everything is. Oh, you want to have blessed memories? Oh, you want to have great memories with your children? Well, you know what you got to do. You got to come out Target. We got the perfect gift for you. Oh, they're going to love you forever. Oh, your children are going to love you. They're not going to love you if you don't give them this gift, of course. But if you do give them the gift, oh, they're going to come down. Oh, they're going to have that money shot look on their face. They're going to be in ecstasy. These Chinese like slave made goods going to put them in ecstasy, and they're going to love you. When? Forever. They're going to love you forever. Don't even worry about it. When you're an old person, they got to take care of you because you're in such bad health because you ain't never thought about your health. All you thought about doing was complaining and going to the doctor. Um, when you're in such bad health, they're going to have to look after you and stuff like this. And so what you want to do is ensure their love for you forever. You want to ensure it by giving them goods and gifts so that they remember. These are gifts that they don't need necessarily and don't really benefit them in any way, but it's gifts that for whatever makes them look orgasmic. And I'm not trying to get weird or creepy, but that's the only way to describe the face. That's the only way to describe that emotion. How just so gleeful over something that you just don't need. Meanwhile, kind of you can debate the whole origin of the Christmas and everything like this. You can debate that, like what was the exact purpose of them creating Christmas. But honestly, when I read like old time texts about, what Christmas used to be like for people who were poor and had nothing, they used to be a lot different. You know what I'm saying? Little kids would be satisfied with anything. If you got them some oranges and bananas, they would be thrilled. Right? The whole idea of it was it seemed very innocent and virtuous because the children, the little children, the poor children, they got some fruits, maybe some cheese, and stuff like that, and they were so satisfied with it. It was an exhibition and teaching them what it feels like to be so very thankful. Right. And to me, that's very important because, to be honest with you, just real quick before I get up out of here, I know a lot of people probably wonder about my life. I know I fall off on the internet and you just don't know what's going on and stuff sometimes. I wonder about y'all. But what I have to tell you right now is every single day that I wake up, and I'm not kidding you, and I'm not exaggerating. And I think about it literally when I'm at work. Every day when I wake up, when I'm at work, I just walk around and I'm filled with so much thankfulness. Like I'm bursting over with it to the point where I almost bust out laughing sometimes while I'm just walking around with tools. Uh, you know what I'm saying? I'm so very thankful for everything. And what this does is it provides me with a feeling of success and purposefulness and all sort of stuff, like just fills me with glee. Like if you ever heard the saying to be ecstatic, the feeling of ecstasy, I feel that on a day-to-day basis simply by being thankful. But the thing is, what you gotta understand is nobody's giving me presents every day. That's not the point. I can be thankful without any sort of presents. You know what I'm saying? And slowly, me personally, I'm learning to be thankful with less and less things. Like I don't even like things. I don't even want things. It's getting to the point where if those things don't make me money, or if those things don't provide some sort of results, like say my laptop, say the cell phone, if they don't provide me results, I don't want them at all. I don't want them around me. And I know that's me, and I'm just quirky and everything like that. I'm a little bit of a quirk ball, but the thing is, at the same time, it blows my mind. It blows my mind to think of everything that I have, me personally, even without gifts, even without these material things. It blows my mind and it makes me feel a certain way that I know a lot of people don't feel like out there. There's a lot of people who are not experiencing what I experience on a day to day basis. And it has everything to do with being thankful. And it has everything to do with forgiveness and the power that is in forgiveness. That doesn't mean that we don't have justice. It just means that we know what justice is for. Right? We know the end game of justice. There's no reason to be angry at people. You could just love people enough to let them know some things aren't affordable. Cyberbullying and things like this. You know what I'm saying? We're not accepting of it and things like this. But yeah, I mean, I guess we ended up talking about Christmas. And the thing is, honestly, for the past few days, and like I said, I've been getting a lot of perspectives. Some people love Christmas. Some people think there's an attack on Christmas. Some people hate Christmas. Things like that. Hey, Courtney, shout out. Thanks for showing up, man. I appreciate you every time that you come to, man. I really do. I look forward to when you come in. However, we talked about a lot of stuff already. We talked about cyberbullying. We talked about Christmas, and we're just kind of finishing up on that note. It's like for the past couple of days when I'm riding in to work, what I'll do is I'll throw it on a radio station that has these Christmas songs. And this is before the sun comes up. It's kind of early in the morning. I'm just riding around. It's in Texas, not very cold, although the cold front is about to come through. So it's not very cold, but I'm riding, before the sun comes up, just listening to Christmas songs. And I swear, I try to get my stuff in order to where I'm the most comfortable I can be before I go to work. I like to be prepared and stuff like this. I like to be very relaxed. I mean, when these Christmas songs come on, I get filled with such ecstasy. I don't even know what other word to say, like such nirvana. Well, and it's like, dude, it's to the point where it's like, dang, I really can't wait for Christmas to come because I feel a vibe that's growing. Andrew Dreamer says, "I feel you. I listen when I can." Man, shoot, I already know that you do, man. El Nino, just so Courtney knows, man, El Nino is one of the biggest reasons why I even do this channel and stuff. One of my biggest inspirations. One of the deepest people that I know, man, to be quite honest with you. And I would love to have a dialogue with him, and I probably will. You know what I'm saying, concerning Christmas. And just, the thing is, we have children, right? We want them to have nice things. We want to have nice things. We live in America. We should have nice things. However, it just seems it seems off-putting to some of us, not to everybody, but to some of us that we would synchronize our gift giving on a day that should be more about Jesus than anything else. There's nothing about the story of Jesus that would hint that you're supposed to give children these things. I mean, even the wise men, they gave Jesus these things, but they didn't give him, like, you know what I'm saying, childish things at all. And that's kind of like, I don't want to get into all the details, but when you're talking about frankincense, gold, and myrrh, they weren't really concerned. The wise men were not concerned with, you know what I'm saying, little toys and things. Like, technically, none of it makes sense. I'm not hating on anyone for giving their children gifts. I think giving them gifts is a good thing. It's obviously have my daughter around, she'd be getting gifts from me, and it wouldn't matter what day it is. All right. But not only that, honestly, just on a personal note, I'd be a little bit more concerned about what she needs more so than what she might want, especially if I was sending her to public schools because let's face it, a lot of us do have to send our children to public schools. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm more concerned with because, all right, if your child does have to go to public school, I'm not blaming you. If your child does have to go and they do get to watch the television from time to time, they're gonna want the gifts. They're gonna want all sort of gifts. All right, so I'm not blaming for people for giving gifts, and gifts are a good idea and everything like this. It's very off-putting to some of us, and some of us just want to stay away from it altogether. And that's what I'm going to attempt to do when I'm in San Antonio. I mean, of course, I'm just to let you know, man, we're going to have some great times. And we're probably going to have some of it on the internet, if you don't mind, and stuff, because people are actually looking forward to it. I was talking about my trip to San Antonio that's coming up, and some people actually contacted me and say, I look forward to seeing, some of your friends and family up in the San Antonio area. And I said, dang, dude, I know you're looking forward to it. The brought 3 gifts. Amax is good. Amax. Courtney says Amax is good. I don't know what that is, but I just want everybody to know. I know probably you'll give gifts to your children on Christmas, and I don't mind that at all. And I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not arguing against that at all. But what's weird about me, commercial, I brought 3 commercial gifts. Max, oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, well, yeah, it is a slippery slope and stuff like this. And that's what I want to stress the most, and I think a lot of people would like to stress it, is that in no way am I looking at other people, and no matter what they do, maybe they're Donald Trump, maybe they buy all sort of gifts all over the place for all their family members. In no way is that a bad thing. I don't mind that at all on any day. But that's the thing. Me personally, what I'm going to try to do is refrain from that. At just in any sort of way. I'm not giving nobody nothing. I don't want you to give me something. If honestly, and I have warned people now a couple times, if I go to San Antonio and you try to give me something and you didn't like draw that thing yourself out, I don't want it. I'm gonna throw it in the trash. Be honest with you. It's gonna make me feel better. You might think, oh, he's not gonna throw my gift in the trash. He wouldn't do that to me. Yeah, I will. I will do it. And I'll videotape myself doing it. I'll put it on the internet and everything. Just don't give me nothing. Here's the thing. I'm not gonna give you nothing, but we might enjoy each other's presence. Who knows where we'll go? I mean, the sky's the limit. I'm gonna have money in my pocket. We'll go wherever, right? And we'll do whatever. And if we're enjoying each other's presence and we're just enjoying the day, if we're so thankful just to be around each other and just to share each other for a little while and stuff, if we and we go to a place and that place costs money, hell, let's spend that money. I have no problem spending the money and things like that. And I had no problem with people giving gifts. It's just I don't want to have nothing to do with gifts on that day at all. I just want to enjoy people's presence. And shoot, if we got to spend some money, well, that's what's going to happen. It really will happen. And you can call that commercialist if you want. It's just I don't want to have nothing to do with gifts. I'm tired of these gifts. And more so, I'm tired of the damn commercials with the orgasm faces and the gift giving. It's just disgusting. I'm tired of it. And I know that when people give their gifts to their children in real life, it actually looks more wholesome than it does on the commercial. Have you ever noticed how outrageous it is on the commercial? I mean, it's just to give you the idea. It's like I see these commercials and the children actors, you know, they're so dramatic about it. It's like you could tell on their faces that they're gonna love their parents forever and ever. It's a sick lie. Because to be honest, you know, you can anybody can give your child all sort of gifts, and none of that will ever make a difference. None of that will ever make them love you. All right, what's gonna make them love you is just being a good parent for them. All right, and that's all it's gonna take. But however, there's companies out there who stand to benefit from convincing you otherwise. Meanwhile, they're gonna sabotage the shit out you. Or a lot of people, not me necessarily, maybe not you out there, but they're gonna sabotage a lot of people by making them want to get more and more money. They're gonna be hoping on the bonuses, Christmas bonuses, trying to make more money no matter how much time away from their children it takes and stuff. Got to get more money. Need more money for gifts. Need more money for college. I need more money for this and that. Oh, I need more money, so I'm just gonna, a lot of people work away their lives like that. A lot of people do. Not to say everybody, but some people do, and that's sad and unfortunate. And at the end of the day, when their children grow up, oh, you got a child that hates you at that point, hates you, hates your guts, and it did not matter how many gifts you gave them, things like that. Everybody's just got to remember Jesus. It don't matter what you do, so long as you got Jesus up in your heart. But a lot of people forget that, even though it's called Christmas. A maximum number of gifts. Jesus got 3. Why give your kids so many? Yeah, well, see, this is uh, for the people on the recording, and I know it's a long recording. We're probably gonna have to end it pretty soon, maybe at the hour mark. Courtney said this. She said a maximum number of gifts is kind of what she goes by, and she says she's got 3 gifts. So she gives her children 3 gifts, and that's something to think about because she thinks it's very crazy for people to give their kids so many gifts. Before we get out of here, I just got to say I kind of relate on that whole thing, and it's one thing that did definitely get me in trouble back in my, being around my daughter days. It really did get me in trouble because I would tell people throughout the holidays and things like this, I tell them more than likely, y'all keep giving me these toys and stuff. I'm gonna have to throw them away. And it's not just to be malicious. I wasn't telling them just because of that, but it was more so because my daughter really didn't operate that way. She'd get a hold of certain toys and just concentrate on those. She did not have time for all these toys necessarily. And they would get cluttered up and they would just be all over the place, and I'd be looking around her room just seeing like 1,000 toys and how she can't find nothing anyways, or at least I can't find nothing. And so it's like it gets very to where it's not functional. Meanwhile, many of the toys had nothing to do with being practical or teaching your children how to live real life. You know what I'm saying? And I know and understand toys lots of times are meant to be fantasy, and that's true. They tell me I was a very imaginative kid when I was young. That's what they tell me. They said I had a great big imagination. Well, that's true. The toys are definitely for fantasy and things like this, and it's cool to do it. But it's like if you have a million in the room, then yeah, it might seem like crazy to some people. It might seem over the top. But all right, technically, calling people crazy can be a slippery slope that can be looked upon as bullying. When you think about it, you'd be like, oh man, Courtney, she's calling all these other people crazy. She's a damn bully, all right, for calling these people crazy for doing it. Does it seem kind of crazy to me? Yeah, it does. And it got to the point where, I needed her room and her surroundings to be not only enjoyable but peaceful and stuff. So, and again, what I had to do was throw away a lot of toys or give them away, or just almost immediately, because I would just be drowning in them, and I would have to throw them away and stuff. And I know people would get the wrong idea and stuff. They'd be like, "Oh, you're trying to spit on my gift. You're trying to downplay my gift." In a way, I am, because it's like, dude, it's too many gifts. All right, I'm more concerned with her future because none of these toys. I mean, more than likely, most of the toys are not going to have anything to do with her future. To be honest with you, I mean, it could just be us too, but me and her are just alike when it's considering my daughter. I'll tell you right now, she ain't going to hardly remember those toys at all. Not at all. For any reason. All right, so it's kind of weird. I mean, some gifts are awesome. You think about back in the day with Christmas, like I said, when you read these old literature, these old books where it's like, okay, Christmas is coming, we might get some fruit in the basket and the kids get all excited. That is adorable to me, you know? A little poor kid and stuff running around don't even have shoes and they get shoes for Christmas and they couldn't be more delighted. They just go running around all around town in their new shoes because they're so thankful, and it is adorable. You know, it's blessed when you think about it. The whole idea of it, seeing that sort of thing happen, you can understand why people grew to love Christmas. But what it did inevitably was became a slippery slope in which Jesus is entirely forgotten, completely, totally, and utterly by some people. But with other people, they still keep him in their hearts just because that's what it is every single day of their lives. And I know Courtney's like that. I know there's a lot of people out there like that, man, and they think about it every day. And I swear to y'all, man, every day's been like Christmas to me for a while now. Do I got things that I would like that I don't have? But I would like to have, surely. Sure, there's a lot of stuff out there that I would love to have in my life. Don't have it. But a lot of stuff that I do have in my life is undeniable. And I can't help but suggest that that's probably the case for a lot of y'all out there too. When you stop to think about it, there's so much in your life that's just so blessed that to be honest with you, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, you don't deserve it. You don't deserve everything that's good in your life. And I absolutely don't deserve everything that's good in my life. I couldn't, I, I couldn't dream of lying to myself about it. In the morning and stuff, when I'm just at work, just walking around, and I'm just at work, and I'm filled with this glee, like this just feeling of ecstasy and stuff. It's like just thinking about everything that I have. It's overwhelming. All right, it's a beautiful feeling, and we can have that feeling whenever we want, simply by learning to harness it, learning to embrace it, learning to use it as a guiding force. We could always stay on that tip of just being feeling good, feeling real good and stuff, and stop letting people bully you and stuff like that. But you know that's your own choice. At the end of the day, at least that's why I wanted to suggest, man. We're gonna get up out of here, and I thank everybody for tuning in and for contributing. I love it when y'all contribute and stuff, man. Y'all are my favorite. We're gonna get up out of here, man. But you know, like I said, that's what I suggest for everybody out there, man. It's like it's harder done than said, but man, don't let these trolls get to you because that's what they do. That is their whole mo. There's a better way of living. There's a way of living of just of pure thankfulness and forgiveness and power, and it feels real good. And I like it, and I'll holler at y'all about it later and stuff, man. Just make sure that y'all are getting some good vibes and stuff because I think about y'all. Think about y'all all the time, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are the best ever. You have a fantastic night as well. 2 times, Courtney. I will. 2 times. And I'm out.